Okay, so it's the morning after The Walking Dead, and all I can say is we survived. We survived, and I had some crazy dreams last night, man. I had this dream where I was with Rick Grimes, and we were hunting for Negan, man. It was like, I'd say maybe like 2 or 3 weeks after this incident, man, and we were hunting this dude down. I mean, we were killing off all of his army, and you know, using Michonne to just slice the heads off all these guys, and then I woke up. It was weird because I woke up because the ending of the dream actually had me in a pool hall. And one of the characters, I think it was Daryl, and the actual character that I was kind of weird because it was Abraham who was killed last night, and Glenn. They were doing this scene where it was supposed to be their death scene, and I was inside of their mind, like it was a first person experience, and Greg Nicotero was there. All of the cast and crew, and it was like they were literally, it was quiet on the set, everything was quiet, and we were doing this slow crawl, and then all of a sudden the bat came out and hit it, but it wasn't the same scene like last night. But then everybody started crying, and then I woke up and I was like in tears and stuff, man. It sucked. But yeah, it was good to just, you know, get in that hunt, man. We never found Negan, you know, and I wonder what would have happened if I would have found Negan inside the dream. Like, I probably would have pissed my pants, man, to be honest. Because Negan, the thing about Negan, man, last night is that this dude is so, like, he knows how to play the role, okay? You're already fearing this guy because of what he did to Rick Grimes. He had Rick Grimes crying like a baby. Like, I've never seen Rick Grimes so vulnerable, man, to where Rick couldn't think of a plan. He couldn't get one step ahead of this guy. He couldn't even communicate with the rest of the group for them to do something, you know? He was surrounded on all fronts, and then he just had no choice but to just obey. That was it, man. You either obey Negan or you die. That's the situation that we're facing right now, man. And last night's episode was so good. It was so well written, well scripted. Just a visionary episode, man. I actually felt like, you know, like the pages of the comic book were coming to life, and especially when he was on top of the trailer and Negan was like, "Go get my axe," and he pushed him out into the darkness, and then you started having those flashbacks from previous seasons to kind of show you, like, okay, where we've come from, you know, and give a little bit of love to the Walking Dead family, because we didn't know who was gonna die. I kind of figured Abraham was gonna die, but I didn't know they were gonna do 2. That's what blew my mind, and I think that's what took me to, you know, the next level, man. And you'll see it as this video's going on. I'm gonna put some clips in, and then you know, actually put my reaction up and stuff too. But you'll see it appear somewhere. And I just lost it, man. I lost it. I didn't know really what to do. I didn't know how to react, man. I don't know. I felt like I was angry at AMC because it took them forever to show us, to reveal this, man. And now, you know, we only have from Sunday to Sunday to pretty much, you know, react and recover. Which is not fair. It's just not fair, man. A season finale should end. You should have time to mourn. You should have time to get over, because this is huge, man. This is 7 years. Do you remember what happened on Smallville when Pa Kent died, all right? When Jonathan Kent died on Smallville, we had time to mourn. We had time to take it all in, and you know, that's what TV should be. But this one changes it, man. And you know, if it's successful, if AMC has a successful man, no, I mean, like, a successful turnout for this premiere, it could transform television to where there is no break time, you know, there is no cliffhangers. It's just, hey, you like this show? Watch this show, and whatever happens on the show, deal with it, you know. Thankfully, I have a few days off, and because I'm telling you, I couldn't function right now. I could not do any. I couldn't. My mind is just, it's in another place, man. I'm telling you, because I feel so bad for Maggie. And they showed that scene, you know, and they showed kind of like, it's almost like the future where they were like, you know, Negan's like, you think you can get to the pearly gates? You think you can get to heaven and have a nice picnic or whatever? And then they show the future of the possibility of what could have happened. And they're all sitting at this dinner table, almost like, you know, I kind of felt like they did like a Fast and the Furious, kind of stole that idea. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, Fast and the Furious, they know exactly what they're doing. They did a really good job on that. You know, showing the Fast and the Furious family and showing them sitting down with Paul Walker and stuff like that. And they did the same exact thing. They were sitting down, having a meal together. And at the end of the table, you'll see. I'm not going to spoil that, but you'll see something, man. I don't want to spoil that. And plus, I don't want to talk about it anymore because I don't want to bawl like a baby on this video. But I thought they did it really well. And to have Maggie, who, you know, who I'm feeling for. I'm like, yo, Maggie, you're gonna survive this, okay? I got you. But she stood up. She was the first one up, man. She stood up and was like, yo, we're gonna attack. We're gonna take this dude out. We're gonna bash his brains in, you know. She was the warrior, man. She was a hero, man. And little baby Glenn, man. It's just he's not gonna grow up. He's gonna grow up without a dad, man. Without Glenn. Like, people are gonna tell him tales and stuff. But here's the thing. Who's gonna be alive to tell the tales? You know, who's gonna be alive? That's the thing, man. Like, no one is safe this season, man. They took out Glenn. So it could be Rick, it could be Daryl, you know, it could be anybody. And then the thing is, now we have this thing where Daryl is like, he's like a piece of meat now. You know, they're gonna dangle this thing over the group. And they'll chop pieces of him if they don't listen. So Daryl is like, I don't know what they're going to do. And I don't know how that's going to change the character either, because, you know, that's how he began, was alone. You know, him and his brother. And then he became part of their family. And it took him a while to get into that role and to fit into that role. And then now he's locked away. And no one's there for him to talk to. No one's there for him to bounce ideas off of, you know. And they're gonna torture this guy, man. They put him in that van, took him away from the group, and they're probably gonna use him to do tasks that the other group, you know, doesn't have, you know, the balls to do, man. Because, you know, Daryl, he's a different character, man, cut from a different cloth. And I don't know, man. Negan is just, whoever this guy is. Where did he come from? You know, I need backstory. I need to find out what happened. What made Negan become Negan? You know, like was it the actual, you know, zombie apocalypse? Did the outbreak turn him? Did he lose his family? You know, because the governor, we understand the governor. He has a backstory. You know what I'm saying? We knew some stuff about him. But Negan is just secretive, and it seems like he's so sick. It's like he wants this. He lives for this chaos and this, you know, like he's a dictator. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just doesn't, you know, it's my rules or you die. You know, and he gets people, he breaks them down systematically to where you have no other option but to follow Negan. You know, you have no other option but to obey Negan. You will obey or you're dead. You know. And, I don't know, man. I don't know. And it sucks because I think if Morgan would have been there, I do think the outcome would have turned out a lot differently. I really do. Because how you want to say it? You don't want to blame Rick, but if Rick would have just listened, like Morgan does. Morgan listens, you know. Usually when we get in a situation, Morgan listens, you know, and Rick just doesn't. I guess he thought he was meeting a sucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, I ain't worried about Negan. He's a sucker, man. I ain't worried about this dude. And Negan was like, you know, first impressions are lasting impressions. So, you know, I got to make sure that you guys know exactly who I am. And that's why he killed Abraham, and then he killed Glenn. You know. And it sucks, dude. It absolutely sucks, man. So, yeah, that's it, man. But yeah, I give the episode, man, 10 out of 10 stars. I didn't expect everything they were gonna do. They gave us a whole lot of stuff, man, to process, and I think I'm okay, man. I think I'm okay. I really do. I think I'm okay. It's the morning after, and yeah, you just try to process everything and just go on, man. So next week we'll see what happens. Negan has to die, man. You know, and it's crazy how I flipped too, because before I wanted Rick Grimes to die, but I think that Rick has suffered enough, and now I need Negan to die, you know? And I think that's because they cut it so short. You know, we had just got the introduction to Negan, and Rick was making all these dumb mistakes, and that's what got us into the situation in the first place, and I was very angry. But AMC delivered. All is forgiven. We can continue talking about The Walking Dead now, and I'll start uploading more, because I feel a lot better. So yeah, that's it, guys. I can't believe it, man. They did it though. But yeah, we're out here, man. Thanks again for watching, man. Oh God, please, please, please.